Alright, you guys, what is good? Back at it again. Today, we're going to keep it simple with this video. I recently had just gone to Philadelphia, specifically Center City. I met up with my boy. It's been a long time coming. I think it was about 4 years or so since I seen him. His Instagram is Mike Kiley. This dude produces some fire content. I've been shooting with him for years. It's just unfortunately been a few years since I last seen him. He recently picked up one of the new Canon mirrorless bodies. He wanted to get out and shoot. It's been a minute since I've really shot anything besides weddings, so I wanted to do the same. I picked up a GoPro recently, specifically the Hero 7 or Hero 8 Black. I've been having a lot of fun with that. It's actually my most used kind of body camera, whatever you want to consider it at this point. Outside of work, it's what I've been utilizing for a lot of my own personal projects, and I wanted to take it out and basically just have fun with it. So we went to Philly, and here we are. Let's get it. So the first thing that we ran into upon basically parking and getting out of the garage and shooting was this fire red, I don't even know what year it was, some crazy Ferrari. This thing was incredible. Some of the videos that I've actually been watching on YouTube lately, specifically, sorry if I pronounce his name wrong, I believe it's Evan Ramft. He's been posting videos kind of similar to this, and in some of his videos that he shoots, he's actually shooting cars in like more of these like vlogger style like photo GoPro videos, and I immediately thought of that. I definitely took some inspiration from him, so shout out to him on that. But the owner, he was actually right next to the vehicle. He had it parked on, I don't know, whatever street, but he was right next door because he was building a restaurant in Center City, and he saw us shooting it, so he came up to us, started shooting the shit with us, gave us his info, and he asked us if we wanted him to put the top down, which we said yeah, and then that obviously allowed us to shoot the interior, which was just as amazing as the outside of the car. He also then popped the trunk too, which in a Ferrari is the engine. So yeah, that was the start of everything. That was, great start in my opinion. That car was incredible. There was so many small details and little things to shoot, and I definitely am very happy with the content that I got with that little part. So after a few minutes of shooting the Ferrari, we continued to walk a little bit more. We eventually found a cool little alleyway. One of the things that I noticed in the alleyway was this massive park sign, which I got a couple photos of. I was really fond of that. And as we continued to walk down the alley, I seen a bunch of other things that I thought were really interesting as well, such as a building with a lot of vines on it. I've always been fond of that. That's something that I've always enjoyed shooting. I love brick and the contrast of the red brick with the green vines. And beyond that, there were a couple other little shots I took here and there going down the alley as we continued to walk. Eventually, throughout the day, it was probably about the middle of the day, we stopped at a deli to grab some sandwiches, and once we got those sandwiches, we actually went up to it's basically a parking garage, and on top of it there's a public park. I guess you could consider it a park. There's also like a beer garden area up there, but we sat up there to eat, and after eating we basically went and took a couple photos. These are some of the photos that I got when we were up there. It wasn't much, but you know, it was more about going up there and just enjoying, you know, a nice little meal for the time being. So after we got done eating and we left Sierra Green, we eventually made our way back to Center City. My favorite photo of the day among the many that I took was actually a photo that it wasn't necessarily an accident, but it was definitely random. And this photo actually was just a barrier, a construction barrier that we found that had graffiti on it. And originally there was cars driving by, and that's what I was trying to get photos of, is the car kind of slowly creeping in and out of the frame. But eventually people riding bikes started to come, and then that's what ultimately I got my favorite photo of the day with. Was I slowed my shutter down and I got a photo of people riding by, kind of blurred, with the graffiti on the barrier in the background, and that was my favorite photo of the day. On our journey back, we also got a bunch of other photos. We kind of trekked around Center City and got photos of architecture, a little bit of gritty things. We got a bit of photos of different street things, different textures, different light, and that was kind of the whole point of this, is to be random. So we really were just walking aimlessly, hoping to come across things, whether it be color, architecture, people, just things that we could utilize to create photos on the spot, which that's, you know, basically street photography. And then finally, to end the day, we ended up back at Love Park and City Hall, which if you have ever been to Philly, you know that they're really in the same area. They're literally a block from one another. Love Park is basically redesigned. I'm not sure how long ago it was, but it was closed down for quite a while, and now they opened it again, completely redone. We chilled there for a minute, took some photos, got some GoPro clips. I wanted to use the waterproof capability of the GoPro, so I messed around with a couple water clips here and there. You know, the sun started to set, so colors started to really pop at this time too. So we started to walk around City Hall then as well. City Hall was also one of my favorite photos. I ended up whipping out my 70-200, and this one, it's an older Nikon 70-200, so it's actually not able to focus with my new Nikon mirrorless body. But what you can do is you can turn on focus peaking, and if you're not aware of what focus peaking is, essentially the highlights on your screen, they turn red to let you know that they're in focus. So I just manual focused and, you know, utilized focus peaking to make sure that I was in fact in focus. And this photo arguably is my second favorite photo of the day. I just like the composition, I like the colors, and I just thought it was a great way to end the night. Yeah guys, so that is pretty much a basic recap of the day, and I really just wanted to utilize this GoPro. That's more or less what it was about. It was great to see my boy. It was great to get out and work on a little project. That project being this video that I'm creating right now and you guys are watching. But mainly it's about the GoPro, getting used to it, seeing what it's capable of, and I'm really stoked to be able to do things like this. I'm really excited that I can shoot photos and then at the same time also get the behind the scenes by literally mounting the GoPro on the hot shoot of the camera. I hope to continue doing this in the future. This is definitely something that I thought was fun and interesting, and it's quite simple too. It doesn't really take a lot to put these videos together, but with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later.